I'm working on my track again. And what I'm doing is I'm hooking up a bunch of lights I got. Where did I get them? I looked for these lights on eBay and they were $46. And oddly enough, I found them on Amazon for $20, which worked out to $1 a piece for 20 lights. And I got them in 2 days. Amazing. Rather than waiting for them from China, where you could have gone a little cheaper, but you don't know if you'll ever get them. And when you do, you don't know when it's going to be. So let's take a look at them. So here's a stack of them right here. And these are the biggest ones I could find. I was hoping to find O scale, but these are not. These are a little shorter even than these, which were really cool, and I couldn't find these again. What I'm doing is drilling holes in the foam. I'm running wire, and I'm hopefully going to hook up a few of these today. So these are the resistors, and I'm over here, and it's very cramped here. But I love little cramped workspaces like this because when I was doing slot cars as a kid, I had space like this, and I don't know, it's kind of cozy. We got the computer right here if I want to do some flight simulation, but or racing. But today I'm really kind of focused on working on the track. So I'm kind of going underneath here. That's Rosie's bed. There's a lot of stuff up under here, and hopefully I'll be able to get up underneath there pretty far and drill holes and get the lights in like I did this one. So I've made this hole here. Now this is part of the track. It's very precarious. It's sitting on two. You can't even see it down there. There's drawers like this. They go all the way underneath there. This was Mary's former office until I got hold of it, and so actually no, it's solid under there, so I really can't go through the table. So my thought is, well, how do we do this? The same way we've been doing this track since I started putting it together and never really planned it that well. Because originally I was going to do a routed track. So I'm going to take this lead wire here and kind of bury it under the edge of the track, going all the way over to there, and hook lights to it and hot glue them down and put some foliage over them. So let's see how I do. And voila! The wire you can see is just there. It's going to be easy to cover that up just by putting a bush or something over it. And then it comes down here, and you can see where I'm soldering those two. I'm going to put some hot glue over there for insulation, and you can see how bright these lights are. I mean, they're astoundingly bright. So I'll turn that light away from here and put that like that. And that's really going to light up the track really well. Very nice. So I only have to do that 19 more times. Well, this is going to take a while, but you can see bit by bit. I'm putting the lights along the string, which will go all the way over to there. And then I have to back up and go the other way to get down this way and across the other side of the track. Oh, Rosie, do you want to get in your bed? Go on, you can get in there. Go on, Rose, go on. You want to get in? Go on, get to bed. Go on, go on, get in there. There she goes. Every dog should have their own cave bed underneath the slot car track. It's a great place for a dog to be. There we go. Good job, Rosie. That's where you feel safe and secure, is under your slot car track. I know I do. I wouldn't mind hiding myself under there sometimes. Okay, so what I've been doing is cutting this. Why is there stuff in there? That's weird. Anyway, aluminum tubing I'm cutting, and what I'm doing is I'm putting the lights atop that so I can mount them like that, and then they're as high as the other ones. So, and no, I'm not high yet. It is New Year's Eve, but it's only 5 after 4. We got lots of time left here. I'm going to at least finish these lights on this string, which ends down here, and run it over to there. So here we are. Let me turn off that light there, turn this one that way. And you can see how well it's actually lighting it up. So we got the street lights all the way down here. I got this one all the way over there. It's amazing what you can do with a footstool and leaning on that, because I can't get to that side of the track because this track will not roll out. Let me turn off the lights in here. Oh yeah. Yeah, starting to look pretty darn cool. This one's kind of blaring out everything. So get off there. There we go. So, and let's see. What's it going to look like when we run a car around? No, somebody's been playing on my track. I do have grandchildren here. Let's run something like this nice Porsche 917. It goes really dark over there. And we get back in the light here. So now I can actually see over there. So I got to go all the way around this track. It's going to be a little easier because I can get underneath it. These are not as bright as I would have liked. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's the resistors I used. But it's a big improvement. So, and I like the look of it. So that was a little bit of track lighting, and I'm going to do a lot more throughout the week and next week, and I will update you as it goes along. So continuing on, I'm shooting these little updates. Some of you wondering what this was down here. It's a stone circle. It's not the stone circle that you guys all know. It's a stone circle. There are many of them in Europe, the UK, all the way down into Spain, I think. So I mean, they're all over the place. And so we got a lot more lights down here. We got some over here lighting up this dark area. So, and down here. So continuing on, I'm shooting these little updates. Some of you wondering what this was down here. It's a stone circle. It's not the stone circle that you guys all know. It's a stone circle. There are many of them in Europe, the UK, all the way down into Spain, I think. So I mean, they're all over the place. And so we got a lot more lights down here. We got some over here lighting up this dark area. So, and down here. So anyway, still pretty dark over in there and over there. It doesn't get light till you start getting over right about there. So I still have that area light up, and the parking lot. Parking lot's got to have some nice lights. And what I'm thinking of doing is making like those stadium lights using the strip lighting, which I have lots of. This is warm white. And if you look here, you can see you can cut them at the lines there, and I can make my own lights. And these already have resistors built in, and they're good to up to 12 volts. So that's it for today. This is 2 days of lighting now. It's starting to get there. So anyway, still pretty dark over in there and over there. It doesn't get light till you start getting over right about there. So I still have that area light up, and the parking lot. Parking lot's got to have some nice lights. And what I'm thinking of doing is making like those stadium lights using the strip lighting, which I have lots of. This is warm white. And if you look here, you can see you can cut them at the lines there, and I can make my own lights. And these already have resistors built in, and they're good to up to 12 volts. So that's it for today. This is 2 days of lighting now. It's starting to get there. So we got a new deal. This is like day 3, and what I've done is I've made these little guys, which are kind of like stadium lights using the strip lighting, which, you know, every 3 or so you can cut it, and there's a place to solder on. You see where I did that, and I'll show you the result. There it is right over there. And these already have resistors built in, so it's much easier, and you don't have to buy these and hook resistors to them. Although I do like these. This is really a fast way to go, and it's very inexpensive. You just get yourself some aluminum tubing, like this tubing right here, you know, and you cut it with a tube cutter or just an X-Acto blade, rolling it back and forth, and you end up with a really nice light. Now it's leaning because I just sort of stuck it in there, but I need to put some hot glue on it and get it to be where I want. Let's see if I can get it to a little bit better there with the exposure so you can see how that looks. So, and I just found also, I just ordered 20 more trees, and then I found these. I got all of these here, and so these are going to go against the back wall. Now I've already started doing that because I very quickly built this background, and I was never 100% happy with it. I was in a hurry. I should never be in a hurry. In fact, I had one guy on YouTube get angry at me for making such a lousy background when I'm supposed to be such a great artist. He said, well, I didn't approve his comment. I'm sorry. I just don't like negative stuff. Yes, it could be better. But yeah, what's up with the trees across there? Because the clouds are okay. And I like the airplanes. It's going to help a lot and give it some depth. So, because I got to tell you something. I tried. I looked all over the place to try to find panels of photographic backgrounds, and everything I found wasn't going to work, and most of it was very narrow. It didn't have the height because it was made for trains, and also they were very expensive. It's like, well, I'll just rough out a basic background. It'll look better than the white wall. So that's what I did. So I'm going to make a few more of these over the next few days, and I'll show you how I did it. It's really not very hard. I mean, I just cut out some styrene plastic, and I angled it like that by bending the back. Actually, on this one, I made a tab, and just put the aluminum tubing. But you wanted to see where I got the lights from and all that. Well, now I'm making my own. I still have a lot of these over here, which I can use eventually. But I think for now, I'm going to use these because they're very, very effective in lighting up this track. I mean, the overhead lighting's on. You can see how much light it's putting on the track, even more than these. So that worked out very successfully. It only took me a few minutes to make that light. So I'm going to make a few more of these over the next few days, and I'll show you how I did it. It's really not very hard. I mean, I just cut out some styrene plastic, and I angled it like that by bending the back. Actually, on this one, I made a tab, and just put the aluminum tubing. But you wanted to see where I got the lights from and all that. Well, now I'm making my own. I still have a lot of these over here, which I can use eventually. But I think for now, I'm going to use these because they're very, very effective in lighting up this track. I mean, the overhead lighting's on. You can see how much light it's putting on the track, even more than these. So that worked out very successfully. It only took me a few minutes to make that light. So here we are at the secret lair. This is where my slot car track is, in this back little laundry room of our house. And well, if you look this way, you can see we're about to have a typhoon hit us, which we don't normally get in California at all. So, so I'm gonna go in here. See, doors open. There we go. We're opening it. The place is a mess, and we'll go inside. I forgot to use my lavalier microphone, so if I, talk close, you can see the incredible mess that's going on here that I'm going to fix after I get everything where I want it. There's tools everywhere and stuff because I'm working on the slot car track. And I just got from eBay some trees I ordered, not realizing that I had all those trees, which are very similar trees, but these are actually made a little nicer. The bark's painted, and it's got different shades on it and stuff. And I think I got like 20 of these for $15. Elsewhere, was it on Amazon? They wanted like, I don't know, $40. So you really got to watch it when you order things for your track. If you find trees or lights or anything like that you like, that doesn't come from our usual suppliers, do a search. It's on Amazon for $40. And what you do is you take that, copy it, drop it into the search engine on Google, and you'll find that'll suddenly drop and somewhere else down to $15 for 20 trees. So I should have enough to line all the way back there, and plus I'm going to do some more lights. Okay, now I have the lavaliers on, and you can see by the green light that I have, it's paired. So here's some Dollar Tree foam board, and what I've been doing to get trees over there, because I can't pull a track away and I can't get over there. I mean, how would I crawl over this? Not unless I get one of those things, I forget what it's called. It's like a ladder that goes up and then it goes over this way, and it allows you to work on an engine over a car. I looked at those and I said, well, where am I going to get it put in there? So what I've been doing is I've been taking the foam core like this, and I take some of these trees, which, again, they're the same trees as these trees, but those trees did not have, I don't know, the bark wasn't the same and stuff. But pretty much the same tree. They're a little nicer. They're very green. So what I've been doing is sticking them in here, like so, and gluing them into that. And I'll do several of them. I'll just hot glue them in place. Then spray a little spray adhesive on there. In fact, I may do it right now. I'm going to use this 3M 77, and then I'll dust it with some of this stuff here. So, well, you can see the difference. I got a lot of trees in there, and they're different shades. Some are the same, some of them are not. And I think it adds a lot and helps the background, which I've never been that thrilled with. So breaks it up. I need to put some down in that corner down there, and something to be over here, but I have got plenty of them still to place in. And then I have some other trees too that I have a fair amount of. Where do those go? I pick and put them back out in the garage. But yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call this for now. Oh, shoot. I got to put back this guy. I always loved the Michelin tire guy. Always. Just what a cool guy. There. Which blocks some of the trees, but you know, I may move them somewhere else. You know, like, well, isn't it? It's just what's so fun about having a track like this. You could put them here. Ah! Okay. Oh, you know, I think I've been working too long today and I'm getting tired. And you know, if I just took my hand and did that, that would work, you know. So that looks kind of cool there. That way you can see the trees back there and stuff. You know, it takes time to figure out what you're going to do. I could even put them down there next to Stonehenge. So, well, I call it Stonehenge. It really isn't. Gotta love the cows. That's going to do it for this video. I have been working on this for a few days, and I keep compiling more and more videos. So I think I probably should go and edit it, and then we'll do another part to this as I do more lights. Okay, as promised, I will show you what I'm doing here. You'll see these are all the... Yeah, I'm looking at it and you're not. These are all the aluminum poles that I cut, and it's just 1/4-inch aluminum stock. And I do have a cutter, a special tube cutter for this, but I find that just using a sharp, it doesn't have to be that sharp, X-Acto blade like so, and you go all the way around a few times. You get one groove started and you keep going back and forth, and then you can just snap it with your hand, or you can just cut through. It's quicker than using the tubular cutter, I find. Now over here I've pre-cut some of that plastic to be the right width, and over here you see the strip lights that have been cut away from the main strip, you know, because you can cut them right there. You see, and you got plus and minus. They're already resistored, and they have sticky back on them, and so you can stick them on these, and then I make these, which go on the back of this, like so, and then I glue it on, and then I slightly bend it so it's tilted down, and I stuff it in the tube, and I'll show you that in a second. So as you can see, I've run my hookup wire down the tube ahead of time, and using the soldering iron over here, it's very easy to solder this on. I just put a little bit of rosin on the wires and I tin them, and then I just barely touch it to those two little contacts there, and it's done. Now I'm going to bend this around and slip it down inside. And there you go. You got a light. And it's slightly tilted down. This one bent back. I'm going to bend it some more. Be very careful bending the ABS or styrene, depending what you use, because it will break on you. Just bend it very slowly and just kind of knead it till it gives the right angle. So as you can see, I've got sort of assembly line going here. I cut all these parts ahead of time, and now I'm just going to go ahead and assemble all of these in rapid order and put them on the track. So here we go. We got five, 6 lights, and they look great. I mean, considering that this piece of tubing I maybe cost $1, and the piece of strip lighting was maybe $1 or so. I don't know. I forget what strip lighting costs. I have a lot of it around the studio for models that I build for movies and things like that. But it's not real expensive. It's a lot less expensive than buying pre-made lights. And this took me, I don't know, 30 minutes to make all of these. You're probably wondering where I got the hookup wire from. The hookup wire is, I got this from Gemco. Originally, it was out here about 5 years ago. And we're getting down there, but we're still a lot left. And I forget the gauge, but you can get uh, this hookup wire. You don't have to get this kind. You can get any kind you want. Um, and you get it from, you can probably get it on Amazon. I got it from Gemco in Redwood City, under the advice of my good friend Randy Newbert, who does a lot of movie models and collector's builds and things like that. So it was a good buy. I think that whole roll cost me, I don't know, maybe $25, $30. It's lasted me 5 years. So in other words, these lights work out to being about, $1 a piece or so. I don't know, somewhere about that. But they're really bright. And that's the great thing about them. Oh, this place is so messy. They're bright. They're much brighter than the ones you get online. And you can see that clearly. And they really have that stadium race car track light uh, feel to them. And so what I'm going to do now is place these on the track, which is a lot of fun. And so for the last hour and a half, I've been upside down underneath this track, connecting all the remaining lights, making sure that all the connections are got insulation on them and all the wires are taped to the bottom of the track, because we store things under there. And the last thing I want to have happen is Mary or one of the dogs go under there and rip wires loose, which did happen during this operation. And it did cause a short, and it was kind of scary. However, um, I'm done. I do have down past that light another cable that's quite long. You can see it kind of popping up there. That could run all the way down there and add some more lights, since I have quite a few left. But these lights worked out very well. There's not a part of this track I can't see. Even the cows have lighting. And our little spectator down there walking among the cows and the stones. I always tried to give this track a bit of a Goodwood feel. And I'm not done yet, because I still have some more trees to put along down here and some more bushes and things. And in fact, it will be a sad day when there's nothing left to do on this track. I still haven't found a good home for this. And oh, yes, I do want to put some lights on Slot Car News, and maybe a light on there, and maybe one underneath the bridge with strip lighting that I can run what we call magnetic wire. And so some of you will know magnetic wire from the old days when you wired your own armatures. It's coated, it's insulated, it's with a clear insulation on it to do wrap armatures, and you can use it because it's very thin and you can't see it well. You can tuck it under things and put bushes over it and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'll be doing to add lights like that. So anyway, my arms are shaking from holding them upside down for so long. Some of you asked me, he said, Steve, how old are you? Well, I'll be 71 in March. And I work out pretty much every day and lift weights and do all that kind of stuff and eat correctly, hoping to get another 10 years out of myself, or maybe 20 years out. Dare I say 30, but you never know. But I'm hopeful, and my arms are shaking because I have them upside down all the time, and so I'm sort of shaky. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this shaky video because my arms are shaking from being upside down on the track for lots of hours, and I am going to be 71 years old next month. No, March. Yeah, something, isn't it? Time flies when you're having fun, and I've been having fun, and I hope you had fun watching me work on this. I have a lot more to do still. I'm going to be adding more trees down here and bushes, and also, I'm going to be adding some lights underneath the bridge and some lights on Dave's sign and maybe some lights kicked up on that. And I'm going to use the magnetic wire. So, yes, that's it. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm pleased. I want to go get a shot, sit down, and just enjoy my track in the dark, alone, without grandchildren. Well, we have one dog. We have two dogs. That dog is down there. You can just see the shine of her coat because she's got her house. So, anyway, see you next time for more slot car fun, and by golly, it's going to be. Okay, since the lighting's done, I thought, well, here I am sitting here taking a breather after all that hard work. Why don't we run my scratch-built Cooper T73 on a Bear Dog Racing frame, and this is just probably my best Formula One car I have and own. And it's one I did myself. So, and when I say scratch built, there was no 3D printing used. So this is what the track looks like, lit up. You can see the car very well all the way around. Some lights are really too bright. I'm gonna have to do something about that. But this, from my point of view, sitting here, this is what I can see. Whoa, that thing is fast, I'll tell you. It's quiet. You notice how quiet it is? There's a scraping sound. It's just because it's so low to the ground. Anyway, so that's what that, there. Oh, that's a pretty shot right there. You're probably wondering, what is that? Have you ever seen the movie Laser Blast? Put the controller back down. My friend Gary Hughes sent me this. He also sent me a larger model that's based on the stop-motion animation puppet used in the movie Laser Blast, which I did the make effects for, and I did also play the alien in the beginning of the movie. And it's a campy, made-to-be-fun movie that some people took seriously and just hated because of that. But overall, most of the people love that film. And, you know, out of all the movies I worked on, Ghostbusters and Star Trek and everything else, I get the most email about Laser Blast. Okay, I'm tired. I'm signing out, but I thought you'd like to see the track in action with all the new lighting. It's really cool. And before we end this video, I have to praise this SCX MGA. I mean, really? This is a great car. And I'm kind of surprised because the way it's made and everything is there's sort of a motor pod, and but it just, the lights are consistently bright. It handles well, and the tires out of the box are fine. You don't need to replace them. And this is, after all, a car. It's a night car. And I mean, this thing is so smooth. I did nothing to this car. I greased it. That was it. I took a tiny bit of sandpaper to the wheel, and that was it. The tires, not the wheels. So we've had a shot by now, but I tell you, I love this MGA. And I got to thank John, MVD. No. And I tell you, I got to thank John for turning me on to this car, because I really love it. And after all, I owned one. This was one of the first scratch-built buildings I built for this track way back and I still love it. It's just made out of balsa wood, and I did my usual weathering techniques and stuff. And what I love is what it looks like inside. And I have yet to, you can see some lighting in there, I have yet to put in some tools, and I need to find a tool chest. I don't know if I can get up in there under the roof and show what's on the roof. There's beams on the roof and cross beams. It's really, really neat. And I need to, I need a tool chest and some other parts like that to go inside. I don't know if any of you guys know exactly what I can do to find that stuff. I love it. The doors open and close. It was all constructed out of balsa several years ago, and I just love it. Just thought I'd show you that.